begin.
What is up, Wise Take Nation? Oh, I got chills. You feel that? You feel that in the air, Shocky? I got chills just saying that. Nation, it has been a minute. Welcome. Good to have everyone here. Hi, Mom. Good to see everyone. Welcome to the PGA DFS Wise stream for this week. So, Shocky, tell me, nutshell, how were your last 3 months?
Well, no real sports except when NASCAR came back in MMA, but that was every day felt like a Saturday.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what to do after the first 3 Saturdays.
So what did you wind up doing?
I worked out for the first 10 days, and then I gave up.
Did you write the next great American novel?
Oh yeah, I'm working on my short series. It's gonna be the next Harry Potter.
Beautiful, I love it. Send some copies over, and I'll proofread them for you. Well, anyways, so yeah, welcome everyone. It's been 3 months since we've done this. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, but we are here and we are happy to be back. We're gonna talk some golf, wax poetic, philosophize. We're gonna do everything tonight. It's gonna be magical. We're gonna make up for the last 3 months.
I just want to say something. I talked to you a couple days ago about it, but the players getting canceled with the best viewing thing you could ever imagine. You could watch any way possible. Every golfer you wanted. The app was on steroids. You could watch balls flying in the air with the screen play of the golfers golfing, and then I get one day of the best viewing golf in the world, and it's gone.
Yep, and they just snatched it away that quickly.
It was disappointing.
Damn, Rona took that from us. Well, hopefully, if there was any kinks to it, hopefully they'll work them out, and we'll
get it ready for the U.S. Open in September.
Yeah, or maybe something else. Maybe the Memorial, or
no, they ain't doing it for any non-major event. Not that much. They had so many camera guys out there paying them, all those guys.
Yeah,
they
stop picking your nose. You're on camera.
They could have done it for this event with all the golfers, but
well, I think the whole trying to limit the amount of people around them. So maybe the Memorial, maybe the FedEx Cup. Who knows? We'll see.
Hopefully they do it again.
See what happens. Yeah, so we'll get into this week. Everyone that's tuning in, make sure you click that like button, subscribe, click the notification bell so you guys know when we are live if you haven't done so already. I know the nation's been grinding out some NASCAR content, some esports, some KBO, whatever the hell that is.
Korean baseball.
Yeah, what a world. What a world, and we have Korean baseball to get us through these tough days.
There's ex-major players in it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how you know you made it in life.
Yeah, when you're playing baseball in Korea in front of stuffed animals.
Like one guy goes from Philly to Korea.
There you go. It's a normal trip. It's on the way.
Yeah.
So this week we have the Charles Schwab Challenge. What a tournament to come back to. Of all the tournaments that they could have started with, they chose the Charles Schwab Challenge. I guess a big part of that is because it's in Texas, and Texas is basically like, fuck you all. We're going to do our thing. And
it's also a million degrees.
Yep. And if you get sick and die, well, that's on you. Because we're Texas. So this event, real quick, it's been played here in one form or another. It's gone through 5 different name changes in the last 10 years. We're at the Colonial Country Club in Fort Worth, Texas. This is actually one of the longest running host courses on the entire tour. So we have a bunch of guys that have a decent amount of course history here, and we also have the strongest field that this event has ever seen, arguably. with as such, we have a bunch of guys that also have never played here because this usually falls in a weird black
between majors. Because you have the Masters and a couple events, and it's too early to practice for it. Like the next one, and then it's like in between all the majors, so that's why you don't. It's just basically the top guys for a practice round, for a practice competitive to get something in.
Yeah, last year was the first year where this event came right after the PGA, so no one, is going to go out of their way to fly from New York to Texas.
Tony Finau did.
Tony Finau did. He came in second.
Yeah.
Kevin Na did. Was Kevin Na on the PGA? I don't know. Last year. I don't know. I was there. I don't remember.
He won it.
So, yes, I know.
Okay.
I was talking about the PGA. Was he in the PGA championship last year?
Oh, PGA championship. Okay. Gotcha.
Anyway,
sorry.
Yeah. So, and then I think before that, it came after the Memorial, I think it was. So, yeah, just a weird spot in the schedule. So, yeah, we have like some of the big guys here who have never played here before, which is kind of interesting. I mean, Rory, JT hasn't played here in the last 5 years. DJ hasn't played here. Woodland, Lowry. I'm not saying Lowry's like a big guy, but he's been around for a while. Day. So yeah, so Shaggy, how'd you do last week? Tell me, how was the players for you? How did you make money?
Oh, I came out even.
Oh yeah, that's so.
I was actually winning money. I was doubling my money after the first day, so that was a disappointing thing.
I was winning like a lot of money, which usually means that
you would win nothing.
Exactly. So yeah, cash was going super well, GPPs were going super well, and then everything got shut down. Do you remember that dude that was like? Did you see him on Twitter? He was bitching about how he was winning the Millie Maker. And if like the last 3 guys on the course played like the last half of a hole they had left, he would have officially won like I forget if it was a milli or 100K.
But it's like, it wouldn't matter because it's not the full event, so they can't pay it out.
Well, no, because in their rules they would have held the first day event, the first day results official if they had shut down the tournament.
Oh yeah, because it was due to darkness they had to suspend it.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, dude, what are you bitching about? Like the amount of things that had to come together for you to be in the situation that you are in, the odds have to be astronomical. And yet you're just like, you're bitching about one tiny piece not coming through. Like, shut the fuck up, guy. Like, you never were going to win $1 million anyway. So, shut up. Stupid.
They were actually on the green too, because I remember that. They were on the green. The last group was on the green.
Yeah, and if they had finished the round and they canceled the tournament, the standings would have held as the official results. And I think Hideki was winning after round 1.
Hideki had something like that. Hideki shot a really nice score, but we're not here to talk about that. That was ages ago.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right. I'm just trying to fill the time that normally would have been taken up. So anyways, I'll moving right along. I will hit on the course real quick, and then we'll talk about a little strategy for this week because this is really weird, and we've never experienced anything like this before. Welcome everyone to Fort Worth, Texas, for the second leg of, what would be the second leg if everything were normal, but unfortunately it's the first and only leg of the Dallas Swing. Normally this event was held after the Byron Nelson. That's what it was. And then last year was the first year of this event falling after the PGA Championship. As a result, this field kind of sucked last year, but thanks to COVID-19, that's not the case this year. With such a great field, we have pretty soft pricing this week. We have only 4 golfers above 10K, and you can make the argument that we could easily have between 5 to 7. Names like DJ, Koepka, Simpson are all under 10K this week. Should make for some interesting lineup builds. This week we find ourselves at the Colonial Country Club, which is a 7,200 and change yard par 70 with 2 par 5s and 4 par 3s. Par 5s here are a mixed bag. Par 5 first hole is 565 yards and should be reachable by most. It's the easiest hole in the course and carries an almost 45% birdie or better rate. The 11th is a 635-yard monster that still ranks as the third easiest on the course, but only carries a birdie or better around 26%. As for the par 3s, 3 out of 4 come in between 190 to 200 yards, while the last is an almost 250-yard monster. 2 out of the 4 are the top 5 hardest holes in this course, while the other 2 are in the middle of the road. Only one par 3 carries a birdie or better over 15%. These are hard holes, and par is a good score here. I would not expect much scoring from the par 3s this week. It is also worth mentioning that we have another 3-hole stretch with a nickname. Holes 3 through 5 are known as the Horrible Horseshoe. Shocky. The Horrible Horseshoe. So, yeah, I think that's probably the dumbest name so far. Just wait till next week when we get to experience the Crocodile's Purse.
That's more exciting.
That's my favorite one. I actually just made that up. So, from the tee box, but you believe it could be real, and that is all I need. From the tee box.
Sounds real.
Yeah, exactly. The Crocodile's Purse. From the tee box, we have narrow fairways that are lined with trees. Hitting the fairways are very important here, as the rough is usually thick and can swallow balls whole, just like Shockey. The fairways here are hit on average less than on tour, and there's also a ton of bunkers that golfers will have to avoid as well, and some dog legs. This being a shorter par 70, the challenge of this course becomes precision, kind of like the course we would have seen last week, which would have been the PGA Championship. We aren't looking for the bomb and gouge this week. We want accuracy off the tee and hit fairways. There won't be a ton of drivers pulled this week, so not that our guys have all... What the hell did I write? Wow. So not that our guys have all hit their fairways. We have the approach shot, and yes, they are... Oh, so now, right. Oh, Jesus, I'm sorry. So now that our guys have all hit their fairways, we have the approach shot, and yes, they are huge here as well. The greens here are on the smaller size, since, they're built in the 40s. But the main feature here is their speed. These fuckers are fast. Bent grass greens are very hard to come by this deep in the south due to its lack of resilience in the heat, but they make it work here, and as a result, they have a ton of very nasty, fast greens. Aside from their speed, they also have a ton of undulations and a ton of bunkers guarding them. More often than not, they are found in front of the hole, not behind. So yeah, that's what I got on the course. It's accuracy. I mean, if we look at the last, 3-4 winners, it's tee to green, approach, and putting. Those are the 3 biggest stats that popped out to me for past winners. What do you got on the course, Shockey? You want to talk weather? What did I forget? Do your thing.
I did look at weather. As of right now, Tuesday, 2 days before, it's mid to high 90s. Calm winds, 5 to 10 miles per hour. So as of right now, nothing shocking. No rain or anything like that suspected. But it's also 2 days before. I like driving accuracy here because you got the woods everywhere. And also, I don't know if I talked to you about a couple days ago, but there's no stands, no grandstands, there's no fans, so all this rough and all that won't be stompled down. So these worst shots around the greens and all that could get very bad.
Stompled? Is that what you just
said? That's a word.
Did you just say stompled? Is that a combination of stomped and trampled?
I thought it was a word. Whatever. I make words up on the show. But anyway, so... but yeah, so it's like some of these bad shots could get worse, but that's not a stat. But I like driving accuracy. Sand saves. I have a little bit of sand saves in there. Like I said, tee to green, ball striking always, approach. And I did add a little bit in these longer par 4s because they are the harder ones. So just see how they do on those. But a lot of it's just accuracy for me. Some putting because it just...
putting here is huge.
Yeah. And it's just... some of the guys are just streaky putters, so they won't have the best putter. You just need one good. I do like the guys that are good on bent grass greens, though. Mm-hmm. It is bent grass. I don't know if you said that.
I did say that, yeah. Which
Okay.
is grass usually doesn't do that well in the dry Texas heat, but they make it work.
Yeah, they always do, so it's good. And then for what I did with course history, it wasn't an influence on my decision. I just want to see when they played it and if they actually did well. Because if they've done well and had good finishes, at least they know they can do well at the course. It is usually a scoring to par relative. It is like between difficult and average. You get a couple easy rounds in there, but it's usually a low cut line. Like, I think it was the lowest one it was in the past 7 years. Now, that is with weaker fields and all that. I'd assume it'd be a little bit higher, but not too much. Because it's like you're getting a stronger field, but you're also getting guys that haven't played competitive golf in 3 months. So it could be the exact same, just because of the rust factor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's a big thing that we need to touch on for this week. I mean, this is something we've never really seen before. We've never had a 3-month break. What are you smiling at over there? Like you're in a drunk out.
You just keep talking.
Do I need to check the YouTube comments? Is that what I need to see right? Yeah, like we've never seen this 3-month break before, right in the middle of the season, and it's gonna mess with guys that were playing really well are gonna have their games completely thrown off. We know how people were playing coming into the players, and now it's just completely thrown out the window. So the recent form aspect of what we normally look at is just thrown out. It's just so crazy, and it's going to be wild to see. I mean, I'm expecting carnage. Really, I don't know what's going to happen with these guys that I don't know who's played. I don't know who's just hung out and drank. I don't know. I don't know who's gotten out to. The words are stumbling out of my mouth right now, but
it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a month. Like, I give it a month before you get some realistic data, because after this 1 week sample size could have been luck. Could have just been like everybody else shit the bed. Stuff like that. Because of so many variables. So to go on based off recent statistics, I'm going to give it a month. I'll influence the decisions for the upcoming weeks based on this week just to see how they play, but it won't be a major influencer until we get more data behind of recent play.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, the stats that I looked at pretty much identical to what you said. Just a larger sample size. I want to see guys that are consistently good at the things that I want to look at.
How many rounds did you look at?
I did 50.
That's what I did. I did 50.
It's kind of where because I feel like 100 is just like you're going back like 3 years with some people.
So 50 is basically if you played 12 and a half full events.
Yeah. So, and I'm sure if people listen to other podcasts or YouTube streams or whatever, I'm sure everyone is saying that. So maybe the contrarian thing to do is to do like a last 12 and play the recent form game as if nothing happened. That might be the Millie Maker winning play, not speed.
Or draw hats draw names out of a hat, because stats could not matter because they could. Draw hats. You could just pick people's names, but
yeah.
Anyways,
throw darts at a board. Absolutely. So, all right. Well, you want to get into some picks here? We'll talk some golfers. We'll start in this very small 10K range. Only 4 guys above 10K this week. Who do you got? Who do you like?
Well, it's only 4. I picked 2, but my favorite guy is going to be Bryson DeChambeau. If you remember, way long ago, 3 months ago, Bryson DeChambeau in the wraparound season and off-season added 25 pounds. People were concerned, what is this game going to look back? Because it was 25 pounds of muscle. So that's a lot to add in just a short period of time with no competitive golf. But he came back. He played some Euro Tour events, didn't look too bad. It was a Euro Tour with weaker competition. Comes to PGA Tour, and the guy couldn't. His drives were piped. Every single drive was piped. But then his irons were off because he was trying to compensate. Because drives, you can just pound them and go as far as you want, and it's fine. But that his irons had a little bit of issues, but he started fixing before the break. And with the analytical guy that he is, with every number that he crunches for every single shot, I'm assuming over this 3-month break he was practicing a lot on the plays and all that. And at the lowest projected ownership in this top 10K range and all that, it could be nearly half or just above half of what the other guys are for a decent discount too. And is hoping that he did practice iron because he's been a good putter. He's a good putter too. He's always been a consistent putter, so that's what I like about him too. At 10,100 for DeChambeau, and then I go with Rahm. I mean, Rahm, Thomas, Rory will all come in that same range of ownership. I'll just take the discount with Rahm. He got overshadowed by Rory because Rory was making top fives every single event, it seemed like. Rahm was like right behind him. He didn't. So I like him, but not as much as DeChambeau just because of the ownership difference and the price differential.
So as much as it pains me to say this, I completely agree. It was DeChambeau and Rahm for me up here. I like Rory, of course. Everyone likes Rory, I'm sure. But again, I'm not worried that Rory's never played here before. I don't think that's going to really bother him too much. I just, he's a top price golfer, and I'm sure, like you said, I'm sure Rory, Rahm, JT will carry similar ownership. I just like Rahm's game. He's a little bit better of a putter last 50 rounds than Rory. A little worse with it on approach, a little worse with Kitty Green, but that putting's huge. Obviously, Rory's going to be like first in everything. So Rory is, of course, first in my model. So, but yeah, I'd just rather paying 11.8. And there's not an overwhelmingly large amount of options down below. I'd just rather save a little money. If we're playing cash up here, for those of you who don't know, I'm the cash guy here at the Nation for hockey and golf. So yeah, Rahm would be the cash play out of here for me. I'm not a big fan of spending this much money in cash. I'm a much bigger fan of taking a balanced approach, kind of living in the mid 9K range. Just trying to avoid that low 7, high 6 range as much as we can. But yeah, I mean, love the Rombo. Hopefully he's had some time to meditate and work on his anger issues during this.
I hope he doesn't, because that's what I like about Rahm and Reed when they get angry.
I hear you. And then, DeChambeau, everything you said, I'm on board with. I'm completely off JT. I don't know, just seeing him at the commentating on the sidelines at the match part 2, I was just like, is this really happening? Or no, it wasn't the match. It was the 2v2, right? It was the DJ and
that one.
No, the other one.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was Rory and DJ versus Ricky and what's his face? Homa?
I don't know.
I think it's Homa.
But
I don't know. It was just weird to me. And honestly, JT hasn't been that accurate off the tee. His putting's been not great. So yeah, I'll pass on JT. Love me some Rahm and DeChambeau. And Rory's fine too. If you want to throw a Rory lineup out there, go for it. Just make sure you get real weird down below.
Yep.
Another important thing to note. Normally this event is a invitational with only like 120 golfers in the field, but this week, due to everything, it being the first event back, they did expand the field to like 148 golfers, I think, which kind of sucks for us with the top 65 in ties being the cut after Friday. So it's one thing.
It gives you more chances of 5 or 6 cashing in a GPP, though.
Yeah, exactly. And in cash, I mean, 4 of 6 and 5 of 6 can very much be live in cash, because what we've seen since they changed that is just 6 of 6 percentages has just been brutal all year.
Yep.
It's really, really hard to get 6 of 6. So
I like it better.
Yeah, I'm on board. So yeah, this 9K range. So Simpson is going to be uber chalk. Simpson is going to be super, super, super high owned. It is what it is. He's in the cash write up just because he's a good play. I mean, he's Webb Simpson. He's great on approach. He's an awesome putter. He's usually pretty consistent. Great ball striker. Good out of sand. Yeah, I mean, but Webb is going to be very chalky. So if you're adverse to the chalk, I would avoid the Simpson just as an ownership pivot. But in cash, if you want to start your lineup there, I'm completely fine with it. Brooksy, no, it's not a major. I don't care what you say. And I'm off Brooks. I just don't see him. Yeah, he wants to come here, probably play, get back into it a little bit. Maybe go head to head on DeChambeau, since apparently they're both like super ripped right now after that Twitter exchange they had, or Instagram, whatever it was. But no Brooks for me. Xander's just holds a weird spot in my head. Like, I feel like the times I want to play him, he sucks. The times I don't play him, he does well. He's a good fit here. Yep. You know, good on approach, good tee to green, good ball striker. He's meh. I mean, he's not really that great. He's also missed the cut here in back-to-back years, so I think I'm just going to pass on Xander. DJ at 95 is fucking just bizarre to me. I don't understand how DJ gets priced at 95, but he's another guy. He's never played here before. I think he's going to carry some ownership because he's DJ and he's $90.
So I look at the projected ownerships. He is under 10%.
That might be a fantastic PPP play then, because he is DJ.
I was like, yeah, but yeah, I mean, that was the struggle one for me. But I mean,
his number trash. I mean, but this also goes back to when he had the knee injury.
If you go to the 50 rounds, it goes back to that knee where he was playing through just basically a broken knee completely and trying to get through the playoffs until he had that surgery right after the playoffs.
Yeah,
but even like right before the break and all that, he didn't look all that great.
No.
But it's also, like, I wouldn't mind him, but I'm just not on him.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's kind of where I am with Ricky. I understand Ricky's gone through some swing changes. They won. I'm pretty sure they won the little match play thing that they did.
Ooh.
Oh, no, they didn't. No, Rory won.
Oh, he couldn't win out of 4 people.
That's right. Rory won. Yeah, I know. You can't really look at the match play events to, really mean anything when we're coming to a full stroke play field. But yeah, Ricky, I haven't been on Ricky that much, and it hasn't really burned me yet. So I'm off Ricky. Sungjae, motherfucking M. I love me some Sungjae M. He's in the cash write-up. Sungjae M is a hardcore fucking Korean dude who just eats, breathes, and sleeps golf. Jesus Christ. Just got attacked. This dude is a grinder, and he plays a fuck ton of golf. And he hasn't had any tournaments to play in, but he is probably the single person in this field that I am most confident has kept up with his practice, his training, has been working, has been grinding through this offseason, one way or the other. I don't know if he went back home to Korea. I don't know if he hung out in his parents' basement stateside and fucked around, but I am 1,000% sure my man wasn't out partying on a boat during the last 3 months.
His body looks like it.
Yes, well, exactly. He's a little pudgy, but that's fine. We love him. I love him. I'm sure he's going to carry some ownership. People are playing him. Kid is good. Kid is really good. And yeah, the Olympics got postponed, but that just means he has more time to qualify. Reed, yeah, I'm all right with Reed. I don't hate Reed. Good iron player, good putter. That's what you need to do well here. Accuracy off the tee leaves something to be desired, but you can always hope that he fixed that. And then Morikawa, he's another cash guy for me. I mean, the dude is just good. and he is good with his irons. He is accurate off the tee. Putting, not great. Not really great at all. But
that's
again,
what you get with a lot of the young guys, though.
Yeah. But putting is streaky. That's what we always say. If someone sucks at putting, that doesn't mean they can't. The putting is the most variant aspect of a player's game.
Yep.
So I love Morikawa. He's cash play for me. And Rose, he's done better since he ditched those trash, fucking weird clubs that he had, Hanmas or whatever. But I don't know. His numbers aren't really doing anything for me too much, so I'm gonna pass on Rose. And that's a 9K for me.
Yes, just a second. Just type in something. I am on Brooks. The reason is because he is. I know about the whole narrative of the major thing. Everybody knows it that knows anything about golf. But the thing I like about it is that when he did come back and all that, he was still. It's not like he was missing cuts. He was making some cuts and all that. He wasn't showing terrible performance. And now he's still dealing. He even said he was still dealing with that knee injury. I think it was at the Genesis. At the Genesis, it was like he was in a sandbunker and he hit. It was on a weird lie. He hit it and his knee kind of twisted in a weird way. You could see he was in pain and he still fought through and all that. Now you give him 3 months to heal from the knee injury. He did come in here second in 2018, weaker field and all that, but he did prove that he, even when it's something he doesn't really care about, the Charles Schwab Challenge, he still came to play. I mean, the third best golfer in the world under 10K. He's projected at 15%. He was 10% yesterday when I looked at it, but I'm hoping that it's between. If it's 10 to 15%, I'm still fine with it. He's not going to be super chalky because of the whole narrative. But, I mean, this guy can go, just on talent alone, can go out and win out any event he wants. And maybe the whole break kind of maybe he changed his attitude about practicing and not practicing and all that. And I know he's going to be healthy coming to this event. I do like Patrick Reed. Like you said, good putter, iron, driving can be, it's not terrible. It's not good. It's around that average of the field. He did have some good finishes here in 16 and 15. 16 was the last time he played at T15, T33, and 15. So at least he knows the course somewhat. I do like Justin Rose because at 9K, I mean, he's a great putter and he's good with irons. I think he made his club change back to TaylorMade's, which he was playing with, and then he didn't, and that's why he was so bad because he switched to different clubs. And then Sanjay M, just because I think he carries more ownership than these guys is the reason I'm not as high on him. But, I mean, you can't deny the talent and what he was doing with the talent. He's not bad at putting either. He's in the top 40 of putting on bent grass compared to the field. And just an accurate guy all around. But then I'll go into the 8K range where we have a few guys. I lost my screen. Just a second. I hate when that happens. But the 8K range at the top is Leishman at 8,900 to Spieth at 8,000. Leishman's going to be super low owned, but the guy can't drive. Like, his accuracy off the tee is terrible. Like, even when he did well up Torrey Pines, it was just, I don't know how he did it, how he played so well, but he was hitting him so bad that it was in the fairway, just not the right fairway. I watched that. It was just like, it was getting annoying. And then Spieth will be, Spieth's had great course history and all that. He's going to be decently on top 15 is what I see as of right now in ownership, but all the things are there from. He's played amazing here. He's from Texas. But I'm wondering, he was just so bad. Like, he had a TA here last year, but it's like also that's a weak field, and he's looked bad. Like, even his putting.
played him here last year and looked like a genius when he was winning the tournament after the first day.
Yeah, and even his putting is just like in the few events before the break, it wasn't even that good. Like he was getting angry at himself for his putting. The only thing that was keeping him winning, doing decent.
Yep.
Now maybe 3 months. He's young. He's still young. He seems like he's old, but he's not even old, just because he's been around for so long. But he is. Maybe he worked on it. I'm gonna pass. If he was below 10% ownership, I'd probably play him. But it's just an ownership play for me, just because he could fix it. He could go out and win this thing. But I don't know. He looked bad, and the ownership is taking me off. But for my guys, I like Matthew Fitzpatrick. 8,200. He's projected at 6%, 7% ownership. He's accurate off the tee. He's a great tee to green guy. 32nd in approach of the last 50 rounds. And this guy that's been accurate all around. I really like him as that leverage play in this 8K range. And then I go with Louis, Oceanside, UPS man himself. He has some long breaks in between play. So he's used to these longish breaks between PGA Tour events. He's nothing special of the numbers. This is more of an ownership play because I know he's not a bad golfer. He's probably priced appropriately. Like if this was a major, this is probably where he would be priced at. And it's more of a leverage play again on the field. I don't like him as much as Fitzpatrick because his numbers aren't as good. But he's a talented guy that could go out and easily get you a top 20 for Russ. Like most of my plays are going to be off ownership, and if they have better stats, that will influence my decision to rank them higher. Then I'll go with Kuchar. He's similar to Louis' numbers around that average category in the last 50 rounds. Just a little double his ownership, though. But he did have a T12 here in 17, T6, so he's played well here. An average putter on bent grass. He's safer than Oceanside Fitzpatrick, but that's why he's also projected a higher ownership than them. Then let's go with Gary Woodland. He's not a good accurate driver, but sometimes Gary Woodland on these shorter holes he doesn't need to hit the driver. He can just hit his irons because with all the power he generates, and his irons are his key. He's very accurate with irons, terrible putter. But the U.S. Open shows that even a terrible putter can win you a major. You'll know by the first day if Gary Woodland's on, his putting's on or not. That's how Gary Woodland is. If he's hitting putts, he'll hit them for the rest of the weekend, it seems like. Hasn't played here, which is a concerning part, but that's not. I always have a soft spot for Gary Woodland.
Yeah, me too.
After the U.S. Open.
Yes.
But he's also a great iron player, and a tee to green guy.
Yes. Yep. Is that it? At the 8K range?
Yes. It's Fitzpatrick, Oceanside, Kuchar, and Woodland.
Who stays in?
I like Oceanside.
It's not even close. He's not Jewish.
No, he's South African.
Oceanside. No. All right, yeah. So for me, at the top, Leishman. I like Leishman. Not overwhelmingly accurate off the tee, but great with his irons. Great tee to green, good ball striker. Pretty good putter too. So I don't have anything against Leishman. Woodland, in that same breath, he's a cash play for me in this range. 88 is a very good price for him, and we've seen what he can do on shorter courses that require accuracy and have tiny greens and require putting, just like Pebble Beach. Really good approach, really good ball striker, middle of the road putting. So we're going to be kind of at the mercy of his putter. But I'm okay with that. I'll roll the, I'll roll the putting dice, most weeks, more often than not. It's the risks we take in DFS is everything else can look good, but is the guy going to putt or not? So I'll take it. Finau, did you mention Finau?
I did not.
I like Finau. I'll play Finau. He's got pretty good history here. Second place last year. Decent. T29, T34, T19, going back to 15. He's good on approach, good tee to green, good at hitting greens. He's just not terribly accurate off the tee. He's pretty bad at par fives, but there's only 2 here, and the first one's pretty easy. And again, the question is just going to be, is he putting? Finau's not going to be a cash play for me, just based off those putting numbers, but I think he's a good GPP play. Lowry, not really that big on. Not good iron numbers, not good off the tee, not really a good ball striker, just pretty decent with putter. Kuchar, love me Kuchar and cash always. That's what we do. Cash game Kuch. These old guys. It's all about accuracy and iron, and then putting, and that's what Kuchar does. He's got a decent history here. T6, T12, T32. Didn't play here last year, but yeah, I'm on board with Kuchar. Really good putter. And we know what his accuracy is like. We know what his iron game is like. Scheffler, meh. He was kind of the shiny new toy before the season ended, which is fine. I mean, he grades out pretty well in my model with everything except his putting. But, yeah, I don't think I'm going to have any Scheffler this week. I think the extended break, especially not, I don't want to say the...
Also, his numbers are compared to relatively easy fields and easier courses, and I don't like his ownership too.
Is he gonna be popular?
14%. So that middle high tier range of ownership.
Yeah. So and then Day, no Day from you this week. You just never know with Day. You don't know what his back's gonna be like. Hopefully, his back has had some time to heal up. But I don't know. It's just not a game I want to play this week with all the other variables that are out there. His approach game hasn't been great. His accuracy off the tee hasn't been great. Putting hasn't been great. So, no Day. Love me some Fitzpatrick. Just like you said, he's a cash play for me for sure. Really good tee to green. Really good at hitting fairways. Good at hitting greens. Decent putter. Kind of middle of the road for putting. Usti, yeah, his numbers aren't really popping that much for me, but I know he did kind of start to turn it around. I don't think I'm going to get there on him personally. I don't really. Usti's just kind of like a meh feeling for me. I don't really have a stance on him one way or the other. Which is kind of exactly where I am with Sergio. Yeah, 8K is a pretty good price for Sergio. His irons, tee to green, decent. Ball striking, pretty good. But accuracy off the tee's been bad. Putting's been bad. So, I don't know. I need to see something out of Sergio. And then Jordan Spieth, fuck no. He is a broken man, and I will not go anywhere near him. It's so funny. All of his numbers are like, he's like top 20 worst in the field in approach, tee to green, fairways, greens, ball striking, sand saves, and then he's 3rd in the field in putting. That's absurd. That is ridiculous. So, no Spieth for me. I'm not getting there. I think he's a broken man, a shell of the golfer that he once was. So, I will pass with a smile on my face. I'll get into the 7K range real quick. Hovland, yeah, I like Hovland. I know he's your boy. I'll let you talk about him more. I'll let you wax poetic, but yeah, I'm on board. Sneds, love me some Sneds.
You can't love Sneds. He withdrew.
He's what?
He withdrew. He's not playing. He withdrew.
When?
I thought yesterday.
What the shit?
Yeah, he withdrew the first event in 3 months, and he withdrew.
Dude, I've literally been pouring over shit today, and I didn't see a single thing that said that.
Yeah, he's not playing. He withdrew.
Are you fucking? You're probably fucking. Are you fucking with me? I gotta look this up.
Are you looking at it? You don't believe me?
No, I don't believe you.
Just go on DraftKings and you can search his name, and it's even says out on there.
Ah, you goddamn bastard.
Okay, so not sides. Go to your next guy.
Son of a bitch, this changes everything. All right. So, I mean, Burger, I know Burger was like our boy. Or your boy, I guess.
My boy, and then you hopped on the bandwagon after I played him for 3 straight weeks.
Yeah, so, but again, a lot of that was his form, like his current form. I think there's a lot of that. So I'm cautious to go back there this week after this long break, this form-breaking break. So I'm probably not going to get there. Then we have the Kiz. Kiz has a pretty solid history here. He is a previous winner here.
Mm-hmm.
He did miss the cut last year, but I think Kisner's been playing a bunch of golf based off what Barstool's been showing everyone. So yeah, I'll get on the Kisner train. I like Kisner. We know what he is. He's not long off the tee, but that's okay because he's accurate and he's pretty good with his irons and he's a pretty good putter. So I'm down with the Kiz. Not as interesting to me since he did win here last year, but I'm probably not going to get there this week. English, yeah, I mean, English, we know what he is, and he's going to be popular, I'm sure, like we talked about before. But I don't hate it. He's a really fucking good putter. And despite how bad his approach stats are, he's still really good at hitting greens in regulation somehow. Don't quite understand. But, yeah, so... English was playing well. He's a good putter. He's not terribly inaccurate off the tee. He greens decent. Damon, I've been weird about Damon for a while. His putting is awful. Greens and reg is terrible. I think I need to see something from Damon. Passing on Homa, passing on Neiman, passing on Benyon. Horschel, I don't hate Horschel. Approach is meh, but tee to green is pretty good. Accuracy after tee is good, and putting is really good. So definitely looking some Horschel. Palmer, I believe this is like his home course. He's played here more than anyone. But I don't know if I can necessarily get there this week. No Wolf. I like Hadwin. Hadwin pops for me. Good with his iron. Good at hitting fairways. Good at hitting greens. And really good putter, so I definitely like Hadwin. Answer, Coulter, Zudenhout, no thank you. McNeely, he was another tiny new toy for everyone, based off his Korn Ferry tour play and.
He's playing well in these side events, but then it's like he had all the momentum and now it's gone.
Yeah, exactly. No Smith, no Mickelson, and we come to Russell Knox. Love me some Russell Knox.
Nope, it's not windy.
I don't care. No, it is. It's Texas, dude. There's going to be some wind.
Yeah, 8 miles an hour. That's amazing.
That'll be fine.
That's a fucking tornado. Oops.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, Knox, super good on approach, super good at hitting greens, decent off the tee, decent putter. Yeah, I mean, I'm a Knox mark, but at this price at 7,200, you don't need him to do too much, and just make the cut, really. And I think that he is a very much cash viable play for me. Decent history here too. T8 last year, T20 the year before that. So yeah, definitely looking for some Knox. Kokrak, Moore, nah. Hoagie, no. Harmon, no. 17, not really. Lee, no. Watson, no. And then we come to my dude, Corey fucking Connors.
Oh, you are gonna play him?
Not in cash, because he's like the worst putter in the field. But yeah, I mean, he's outstanding with his irons, outstanding tee to green, outstanding at hitting greens, and an outstanding ball striker. And the last time he putted decently well, he won the fucking event. So at 7,100, yeah, I'm playing Corey Connors.
No, he's not the worst putter. He's the 5th worst putter.
I'm sorry. I apologize. You're right. I'm playing Jim Furyk for the same logic of Matt Kuchar. You know, he's an old guy. He's super accurate with his irons and off the tee. He's going to pound these greens. And he can putt decently well. So yeah. Grillo, I like Grillo. He's the third.
Nope. Grillo is. Oh no, he's not that low. He's somewhere low, but he's not that low.
Yeah, he's pretty fucking low in my numbers.
54th.
Oh, I have him at. He's ranked 147th.
I have bent grass in the last 50 rounds. He's 54th.
Oh, all right. You have the mixed condition up. Okay, yeah. This is just straight up strokes gained putting.
Oh no, I make sure it's bent grass.
Yeah, I hear you. So, third in the field and approach, fifth in ball striking, 13th tee to green. Yeah, I mean, hopefully he's worked on his putting. For 7,100, I will roll the dice and hoping that he's at least worked on his putting a little bit. EVR, no. Rievi, no. Steele, no. Grace, no. Keegan, no. Duffner.
You're just going to go through every player. Say no.
Keegan could easily be winning someone $1 million after the first day and then lose them all their money the rest of the tournament. That's kind of what Keegan does. So, a little love for Harry Higgs because I loved him before going in. Harry Higgs was my gang of first coming in, and he made cuts. He was making cuts. He's a new guy. He's a Korn Ferry Tour graduate, so newer on tour. He's just like a big fucking happy, chill guy. So I might do a crazy lineup with him in there. I don't think he's really a serious play, but
who?
He's a Harry Higgs.
Oh, okay. Yep.
He's a fun guy to root for. So that's the 7K range for me. Take it away.
Obviously, my top guy that and maybe some people, is Victor Hovland. Elite driver, accuracy, elite iron player, but the thing he struggled out the most was chipping and putting. Now, you give a 21-year-old, 22-year-old 3 months that has elite talent and it looks like an emerging star in this sport, 3 months with no events, nothing to do but practice. Doesn't have to worry about traveling, of anything. Just practice. Give him that time. Hopefully, he was smart enough to work on the one part of his game that was holding him back from just getting constant, amazing finishes, which was his around the green play and his putting. And if he did that, I'm going to take the risk on him. He's going to be below 10% owned, projected-wise. I'm hoping that is the case because I love this kid. Even though Kyle Morikawa and Sun JM have done more, I feel like in the long run, Morikawa is just done better in Hovland, but they both struggle at the same things. I'll just take the cheaper, lower-owned player that has just as much talent, if not more, at 7,900. At 7,000, I like Sebastian Munoz. Tab below on his driving accuracy, but he is fifth in opportunities gained in the last 50 rounds, top 50 in ball striking approach for $7,000. Make the cut, get a top 40, you'll pay off your price. And he's shown flashes in the pan at times. And I will play Joel Dahmen. Dahmen. I like Dahmen. No, that sounds weird. I don't like that.
Damon.
Yeah. The weird I say. He's top 30 in fairways gained, ball striking, and tee to green. He was 11th. You said he wasn't good in greens or regulation, but he's 11th in opportunities gained in the last 50 rounds and 37th in approach. Was a T20 here in 2018, got cut last year, but he's shown that he's played the course the past couple years, so he's familiar with it somewhat recently in his head. And if he can just keep if he does anything like his numbers show compared to the field, he should have a good weekend, enough to pay off $7,500. I also like Furyk. Furyk also, you didn't mention, he's used to these long layoffs, when he's gotten older. As his years progressed, the past few years, he'll play an event in November and won't play until January. So he's used to long layoffs, and you don't need to be a bomber for this course or anything like that. And that's not what he is. He's an accurate driver with not much power that can putt occasionally well. I also like Horschel. He's a good tee to green guy, great putter on bent grass, and he came T19th last year, played it 2 times in the last 5 years, with that 19th last year. I like Ben on. His driving accuracy is not good, but everything off the tee is really good. With ball striking or approach, he's not bad at sand saves. I'm pretty not bad at sand. He's average in sand saves and all that. But he's under 10% projected to own, and usually been on at mid 7,000s is 10 to 15%. So you get a price decrease in them. But also with some of these guys that they know they struggle at one area of the field, and it is putting with him. And giving this long of a break, hopefully they practice on some of these things. Not super high in him because of his driving accuracy and his putting, but at 7,400, it's worth a shot. And if you're making multiple lineups, I do like Brian Harman though. You didn't like him, but he's top 40 in fairways gained, ball striking, and tee to green. He's around average with his irons in the last 50 rounds. A little concerning, but he has played this event the last 5 years with 2 top 10s, so he's played well here compared to the field. So at least he knows the event, this course very well. But yeah, that's my 7K with Hovland, Munoz, Damon, Furyk, Horschel, Bion, and Brian Harman.
Sweet. Take us into the 6K.
6K. I'll just 4 guys. 6K, bunch of punts. I mean, it gets dirty down here. But I do have one in particular that I like more than everybody is Doc Redman. At 6,300, this guy won't be owned by anybody. If you need a punt and you're like, I want to stack the top guys or I want a bunch of great guys in just one flyer. I mean, he's young. He's an accurate driver. Accurate and with his driver and his irons, but pitiful with everything around the green and on the green. But he can be accurate. All he has to do is make the cut. And with how accurate he is with his drivers and irons, I really like him as a flyer. I'm not saying smash him into lineups, first player in. I'm saying if you need a punt, he's my favorite punt. I like Vaughn Taylor. Vaughn's he is a good driver in irons, which you need. He's played here 4 years in a row with 4 straight cuts and 2 top 20s, so he knows the course decently well. And he's not a bad putter on bent grass. And then I'll go with Kevin Streelman at 6,900. Top 40 in fairways gained, ball striking, tee to green, and approach in his last 50. He's also played this event 5 years in a row, made 4 of the 5 cuts with a top 20 18. I don't expect him to get top 20 here and all that, but if he makes a cut at 6,900, that's all I need. And then Adam Long, basically a super flyer here with no ownership. He's good driving accuracy, opportunities gained, and approach top 40 and all. And played it last year and came T19th, but that's a super flyer for me for multiple lineups. And that's it. I only have 4 guys for the 6K range. I do like fringe play guys would be Varner. He was a fringe play. I didn't really love him, but he was like, if I had to choose a 5th guy, it'd be Varner, but didn't really love him.
I felt like a lot more than 4 guys. I don't know why.
That seems bad. When you find a lot of guys in the 6K range you love, that just seems like that doesn't seem pleasing.
Yeah, it's concerning. I hear you. So, yeah, for me, a little bit of Bud Cauley, 6,800, pretty cheap. Doesn't have the best history here. Missed the cut last year, but yeah, I mean, last 50 rounds, he's in good shape. Top 25 in approach, top 27 tee to green, 24th greens and reg. Good in the sand, good scrambler, good enough of a putter. I wouldn't say he's a great putter, but good enough. So yeah, a little Bud Cauley love there for sure. Keep moving on. I got a little Jimmy Walker. I always want to call him Johnny Walker. Maybe that's because I'm an alcoholic. Who knows? Johnny Walker, 6,700. Numbers don't really pop that much, but I have a feeling that those, to an extent, come and count his Lyme's disease that totally fucked his system up.
Which I don't know why you're playing through Lyme disease anyways.
Yeah, exactly. That shit is no joke. But, I mean, the last 2 years here, after he came back from the Lions, he's got back-to-back top 20s. So, something about this course, I know he's a Southern boy. I don't know if he's from Texas, but I know he's from the South somewhere. So, apparently he likes it here. His iron game can be very good. His putting is decent. So, and again, we're doing 67, 6K punts here. So that will lead me to my next play, which is a guy who I have sworn in the past to never play, but this is a different week, so we're kind of going to break the rules. Kevin Tway. Right? It's not. Yeah. He's one of these guys. His numbers are always fucking awful. But yet, he will either come dead fucking last or bang out like a top 20 for like no dollars. $6,700 is nothing. The last 3 years he's played here, T19, T5, T18. So yeah, maybe I'm looking a little bit more at course history than you are, but that's just what I'm doing for this week. I'm giving course history a little more weight than I normally would. So, jeez, fucking crazy bugs. So, yeah, I mean, Kevin Tway, 3 top 20s in a row. Obviously, he's found something here. Obviously, there's something about this course that he likes. So, I'll jump a little bit on the Tway train. For sure. This is, of course, all GPP. I honestly haven't decided who I'm putting in my cash article from down here for this week. I think it's just such a dark and scary area that, oh my God, Keith Clearwater, minus 57.31 strokes here over the last 5 years.
He's also the worst putter in this field.
Oh my God, why is he here? What?
I don't know how he got here. I don't know how he gets invited here.
What is he doing?
Has never made a cut here in the last 5 years. But you get the minus 57 strokes gained.
Oh my God.
Total strokes gained, and then the next closest is minus 18.
So it sounds like a great GPP play.
Oh, yeah. And he knows the course. Well, he knows half the course because he only gets to play half the events.
Well, I mean, he knows the full course just only twice as opposed to 4 times. And my last play from down here is Bronson Burgoon. Pretty sure. What's that?
I'm pretty sure he's a great putter, and that's all he is.
Yeah, he's an okay putter.
He's a good putter, and that's all he is.
Yeah, I mean, looking again, last 50 rounds, for 6,100. All of his numbers are.
They're not terrible. He doesn't play in any good events. That's also.
Yeah, that's true. But again, for how weird this week is and everything that's going on, for 6,100, the guy's decent. Approach is decent.
Oh, that's why.
What?
He's 60 years old. Clearwater is.
Oh.
So he's 55 since the last 5 years. That's why he hasn't made a cut.
Has he, did he win here once? Is that why he keeps coming back?
Oh, no, but he's not even, his residence is Utah, and he was born in California. So it's not like he has
ties to Texas?
Yeah, ties to the Texas.
Maybe he gives great head. Who knows?
God damn, he's been playing, and he was on the PGA Tour in the 80s.
There you go. So he could have won. Maybe he's won here. So, yeah, I mean, a little Burgoon, like I said, it's 6,100. If you're going down this low, it's a punt. It's a flyer. It's not. Are you looking at the chat?
No, I was trying to find his official world golf ranking.
Oh, my God. I'm playing negative. Yeah, Hingo. I understand. I'm not a Tway fan normally. I'm with you. I hear you, but I'm kind of trying to break from my normal mold for this week because it is going to be such a bizarre week. So, course history is getting a little more weight from me than it normally would this week. Normally, I avoid Tway like the fucking plague, but for 6,700, I'll take the guy who's consistently done decently well here, and hope that kind of comes through. And Burgoon, like I said, he's just decent, and he's almost min-priced, so it's hard to get around that. Wes, Bro, I love me some Bro Hostler. I just like saying Bro Hostler, I think.
Ugly.
I'm looking for him here.
Ugly.
What?
No, Hostler's number. Yeah. Ugly. Hostler's numbers. Ugly. Is he a good putter?
I mean, he's a Southern boy, though.
Oh, he's the best putter in the field. There you go. There's your number that you need for him.
Oh,
number one in putting compared to the field in the last 50 rounds of bent grass.
Oh, beautiful.
But everything else is just awful. That's the only thing.
Riddle. I mean, it worked for Spieth for how many years, right?
I think there's a different level of talent between the two.
Yeah. I mean, Bo used to be. I mean, he used to be solid. I definitely remember playing him in the past.
The only thing he's top 100 in his numbers in the last 50 rounds is sand saves and par 4 scoring between 400 and 450 yards.
Those are two oddly specific categories.
Other ones I put in my model. Sorry, he could be top 100 in something else, like putting. No, best putter. So you're hoping that he drains all those 50-footers for birdie. Yeah. Even though there isn't 50-footers, really.
He top 10 at the Farmers. He came in 9th at the Farmers this year. Fuck off.
Okay. I don't know. We're talking too much about Bo Hostler.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, he did. So I'll give him this. He did make, from the Farmers, he came in 9th, and then he made 4 straight cuts. Yeah. So it's like, I guess there's something to it. I mean, he doesn't miss as many cuts as you think with his poorest numbers. That's because his putter saves him. But as a punt, I don't mind it. I'm not going to play him, but I can see where you're at. I don't mind it because of his putting.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at with
Maybe he played some irons on the range while he was off. Maybe do that, Bo Hostler. You could make some more money.
He has one top 10 in the last almost 2 years.
And it came at the Farmers this year.
Yes. So he's in form.
His form.
Exactly. So, all right. Clearwater won 1987 Club.
Yeah, I know. Oh, that's how he's invited back. I was looking for him, and I'm like, I kept looking. I'm like, I'm researching too much into Keith Clearwater for nothing I'm gonna do.
I mean, that makes sense. That's why he keeps coming back because I
wish I could know his odds on to make the cut. Maybe I should just bet them on to make the cut.
It's probably like the annual family trip is why he comes here. Yeah, we're all looking for a guy who makes the cut in the 6K range. I'm with you there, Wes. Just put a bunch of names up on a wall and throw darts at it. Oh, I didn't talk about Jazz. Jazz Jane Wantananand.
Oh my god.
That was my dude.
I didn't even look at him because I'm like, I hate this guy. I don't like him. I don't think he's good at golf.
He can talking about.
He's not good.
He can play on the fucking Asian tour, dude. The kid's a stud.
Yeah, the Asian tour. Then he comes to real golf, and he sucks.
He was in second place in the PGA Championship at Bethpage Black last year.
Lightning strikes. There's a saying about lightning in a pan. I don't know, like someone can get lucky for one weekend. That doesn't mean they're a good golfer.
I think he's a much better golfer than you and I are.
That's great, but I'm not comparing to him. I'm not betting on myself to win money at a PGA Tour event. I'm comparing him to the best golfers in the world, and compared to the best golfers in the world, he's not good.
I think not a lot of people came in second place at the U.S. Open.
I think a lot of people have. There's every year.
the PGA Championship.
There's one every year. Hundreds of people have.
He finished. What did he finish? He finished 14th in the PGA.
Oh, so he didn't even come in second. 39th in the world. What, from winning like 30 Chinese Asian Tour events?
Jazz Jane Watson is 39th in the world. He's better than Jordan Spieth.
That's not saying much at this point.
All right, fair point. So I mean that's all I got. You got anything else? Anyone in the chat? Oh, Wes is backing me up. Yeah, that's Wes is on board.
Wes joins on all the shows. He's on the NASCAR show. I see him on the NASCAR show too. Wes is a trooper. I like Wes.
Repping the nation. Jazz is good. Wes is good too. Jazz is good too, though.
No.
I like Jazz.
No, don't play Jazz. You know, if he wins it, I'll give you $100. He has to win it. He has to win it. He has to win it. Yeah, he has to win it. And there's no any differential odds on it. He has to win it for a straight up $100.
Perfect. Okay. And if he doesn't, then I don't give you anything. Perfect.
No, that's fine. I don't want anything. I'm just proving a point.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Victor Hovland, top 10 bet.
Right, good.
He's plus 600 for European players. For best European player, he's plus 600 on some places.
Wait, Jazz is?
No, he's not European. Victor Hovland.
Well,
Victor Hovland's Norwegian.
You and I are.
No, like he's the third favorite of the Europeans to be the best European. Rahm is plus 100. Rahm's not even in a favor because they couldn't give anybody any favorites.
Yeah.
But for being the third best European favorite out of Sportsbook, it's saying something.
Yeah, definitely.
That's why I like him. And he's a good golfer. He's better than Jazz. But that's it for me.
Are you sure?
Brooks Koepka comes in first.
I'm willing to bet that doesn't happen.
Brooks Koepka does better than Jazz.
No, Jazz is in fact the 39th ranked golfer in the world.
No, I said that, and Wes said that. We've already confirmed that. But okay, wrap it up.
Okay. All right. So, Nation, thank you guys for tuning in. We've had some fun tonight. We've made some picks. Yeah. So that's where we're at. So thank you guys for tuning in. We will catch you next week for I honestly don't even fucking know. I don't even what event is next week?
What event is next week? They switched up the entire schedule, so that's why it's confusing to me.
Completely thrown off.
I'm
just upset there's no John Deere Classic this year.
I like the John Deere too, which is
me too.
That's Neiman won that last year, didn't he?
I don't think so. Did he?
I thought he did. They don't even have the regular schedule on the PGA Tour. Was it canceled? Oh, just a second. No, it's like you didn't update your thing.
Oh, did they really? PGA Tour hasn't updated there.
No, all it is canceled, and then it says originally. Unless I can get it.
No, Dylan Fratelli won last year.
Oh, Dylan Fratelli, that's right. I know Neiman was playing really well, but yeah, they don't even have it. I couldn't tell you. I don't know why. I'm drawing a blank, and I couldn't tell you
what it's going to play next. It's on the app. They updated it on the app. Next week is the. Oh no, you're right. They haven't changed it. It just says no. It just says canceled. So I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I don't even know what event's next week. That's awesome.
RBC Heritage.
Heritage. It says June 18th through the 21st.
Yeah.
That's next week?
That's a week. That is a week. Yeah. The 11th is Thursday. Yeah, so the RBC Heritage.
Harborhead. Woohoo! So, all right, everyone. Have a good night. Yep. Hit us up in Slack. Shoot us
When's the first major? That would be the U.S. Open. In September?
Yeah, after the FedEx Cup playoffs.
Yeah, after the playoffs, we get our first major.
It is the U.S. Open in my backyard at Winged Foot in Mamaroneck. All right. So if you have any questions, hit us up in Slack. Shoot us some DMs on Twitter. I am at BrewMedic47. Shockey is at Clint Petrikis.
Wrong. And you know douche.
Petrikis? Clint Petrikis. Common spelling. So, all right, everyone. We are out for this evening. Take it easy. Have a good night. Good luck this week. We'll catch you next week.
Yes.